Hi guys, and welcome to your weeklies, or rather to say bi-weeklies for the period of May the 1st to May 15th. I decided to try to do something different this time around, which is a little bit more encompassing spread, given with how many energies were like in the past, with everybody trying to clear something. It was lots of third-party situations. Overall energy was like really low, so I'm trying to really get us collectively out of it. We're trying to see much higher picture, and of course, being ambitious, I took this spread which is called Golden Dawn spread. It's probably the most complex spread in tarot. It kind of has the groups of 3, and each 3s are differently explained. And regular tarot, every card has a weight, and it's kind of how it relates to surroundings. So without going into the details, it is really difficult. But sure enough, I did get to see a different perspective, because I just finished basically reading for all the signs, and we all have one thing in common. We are putting an end to something and starting something new. So it's a spring cleaning our lives. It's lovely. Some of us are going to struggle through it. Some of us are going to have Tower card through it. Most of us are just going to say, okay, enough is enough. I really want to start something new. And this Taurus energy is really wonderful. By the way, happy birthday, Taurus. And it's going to get us really forward to where we want to be. And it's nice grounding energy. It's going to help to kind of plant the new seeds. I love it. So it's very short, and even this introduction is very short, so don't fret. And at the end, I'm going to pull an oracle card, and kind of like we can see even that love direction as well. And spread can actually talk about the other things as well other than love, but mostly, of course, you know that I focus on love. Also, in a few days, I'll be releasing X spread in about a week from now, so that way you can check that out as well. For those of you who are still having on and off relationships, or you are wondering like what is happening with your ex, trying to reach the closure, or trying to see if you should pursue it, etc., right? And that X spread is on a special still for the next 2 weeks, so it is $45. It has been its regular price is $60, so please book it while it's still on 45 specials. So you can just check on my website www.cattarot.ca, or you can check it down in the description, and you'll get all my information. Contact me via Facebook or via website or via email. Also, please subscribe, share, and like, so that way when you're a subscriber, you always get in your like mailbox something has been released and published, so you're always the first one. Also, the contest that I had for joining the Facebook and being entered automatically in the draw is going to end on the 30th, when I'm going to make a draw. I have decided, instead of one person, that I'm going to give 3 20-minute basically readings. So there is still time, because this is going to be released a couple of days before the 1st, so if you want to just jump in. However, I'm starting a new contest on the 1st. It's going to run probably the entire month, and it's going to be for every comment, for every like, for every share. It's going to count as one basically entry, so it's going to be for the next 20-minute basically reading. So jump on board, interact. On Facebook, I'm just having a different approach. I kind of like put stuff that is related to tarot and to cats, and sort of like it will be really nice that we kind of as a community kind of learn from each other. So there you go. Join Facebook, like it, follow it, share it, comment it, and automatically you are being entered in a draw for a possible free reading. Thanks very much. Love you. Hi Taurus, welcome to your bi-weekly. Kind of like really on the review, I'm looking at a very interesting energy. So let's start with wishing you happy birthday for those of you who didn't have it already. And let's see what this period brings. I'm seeing here as a central issue, you guys really want to come to understanding to where you're going. You want to figure out how to build something, developing expertise, or just simply coming with a very pragmatic plan in how to do it. So some of you will be planning, and the planning can actually also include things that you have learned in the past. Queen of Chalices can indicate, it's basically complementary energy over here, and it can indicate maybe somebody is going to become very important in your life. That's kind of like that romantic, you know, person, female or male, that can be here, and you might be thinking, doing this kind of building of the process together. But there's still things from the past, because when the Judgment here shows up, right? So this is what you have here, to bring it closer. When Judgment shows up, this is basically talking about something from the past that is pulling the old situation that maybe has been dead into kind of new situation. And sometimes it has a spiritual aspect, almost like being invited to kind of free yourself and live on a higher level. And also it kind of warns that, you know, stop avoiding things that have to be done. So I see it's sort of like, you know, this kitty is getting this kind of building himself in the stars. So it is given that this, like, in Taurus transit, a really good energy. That means that you're able to absorb things that worked, that didn't work, and also do things that you really, really love and pay attention to it. Or, as I said, this could be a completely new partner, somebody who will be actually so good for you that you'll be able to basically transfer from the past to the next level. So almost looks like that one cycle of karma has finished for you here, that you are getting into this building mode. So what basically happened, see again here, you see this was kind of like a karmic cycle finished. So it sounds like to me, it looks to me that it was another person for some of you involved. Even though, like, right, it could be that it was some kind of team building or couplehood came to an end. Maybe you got really overly emotional over that, or maybe you just realized that the way you've been going about toward relationships is not functional way, and you kind of like are trying to figure out how to close, you know, doing and dealing with things. Sort of like you cannot keep on doing the same things over and over and expect different results, and you are like kind of really into this rebuilding stage right now here. So hence these three cards are really connected. One is talking about the mastery and one is talking about the building. But here, given that it is right next to world, like something is coming to an end. Or if it's not coming to the end, you might be refusing something to come to an end, or somebody else might be refusing something to come to an end, or somebody else call an end and you don't want it. Any of these kind of like directions. And it could make somebody very emotional. It could make somebody kind of really not wanting to have this ending. It can also indicate addictions, and it can indicate kind of like going in sort of directions which is not very productive for you, right? So yeah, here it is like obviously there are certain things, grounding things that kind of didn't work, that you kind of want to firm it up. So there is still issue over somebody here. See, again we have the three-party kind of thing, and some lying that took place. Some of you really feel violated. Some of you kind of like your goodness and your givingness to people, like packing lunches, taking care of somebody, kind of like being reliable. It seems like just kind of like came to explode because people kind of knew what to expect from you, and they were just trying to get away and take away anything they could, right? And sort of like where you thought that you kind of have a fun, and they were basically having a fun on their terms. And it could have been here again showing up as a third partner. So it could be that all of that would actually just come to the surface this 2 weeks, and you may want to kind of ground yourself and ask for explanation. Or also this could also simply mean that, you know, you are going to reach closure over something that happens in the past, and it's very hard to reach closure when you have Seven of Pentacles. That kind of gives this energy where you really feel that everything that you have given that was good and honest was just basically abused. And it's one of the harder closures to reach, and looks like it's kind of common with all signs that this is happening. But I also see that this kind of three-party is generally, the energies are like, subsiding, so that is good. So now, some of you, after dealing with this, you might go into this state where you are going to go into a little bit of, let's say, introspection, while you are still going to continue building, and this building is going to be the inner core and how you basically function, right? So this is Taurus, you're builders, you want to go ahead, you kind of like want to think about how to basically do new starts. You're going to open new accounts and do these investments, and you're going to be really wise about it, and kind of like how do you go about it, really kind of supportive energy. But something will have to go as a result of it. You will actually have communication with someone might not be productive. It could be something that somebody wants to happen too fast and not on your terms. You kind of like, energy that you have here is slower. It's very solid. It's almost like you want to go and look left and right a few times before you cross the road, just to make sure that you're not being hit or that something doesn't happen. And this is what Hermit goes. And just hear the word of caution, just don't involve yourself too long into this kind of phases of kind of digging it, because this month for you should be more or less like digging into your feet and trying to figure out what is important. Others will actually have a new love, a new person in their life, meeting somebody, opening up to it and kind of closing the old, maybe simultaneously while still dealing with the issues from the past. So see, some of you will just go into this trajectory, like kind of like keep that hurt away, kind of realizing that you are kind of building something new, and still kind of like a little bit yo-yo going back into, okay, this is kind of like what cost me, but I still don't want to, you see, you don't want to like, neglect yourself and now just completely close the door to your love, ability to love. Others will really do that. You will realize kind of like, yeah, I need to move forward, but you will still feel, you know, you'll still feel that you are not ready to kind of embark in the world. So what is really karma saying about that? Kind of like, this is like, I leave the best for the last. And this is how karma basically is in your wings for these 2 weeks. And you have Knave of Wands, King of Pentacles, the Two of Swords. So kind of interesting energy, because the central kind of card here is again your native energy. This is you, King of Pentacles, Taurus. It cannot. Hey, hello, Matrix. Matrix. What? What? Are you Taurus? Are you Pisces? Are you Scorpio? So no. Okay, that was extraordinary. He comes very rarely over here. So there's Matrix walking the rope, even though he's completely kind of black with a little patch of white hair. So what is this basically saying? There is like, earth energy here, but then I also have air and I have fire energy. So air and earth would be neutral, but fire and earth is kind of like fire scorches earth, right? So you karmically are thorn, like how to go and proceed, right? There are issues that you really don't want to close. Really, there are issues that you feel are still making you wonder how to proceed, but the other issues you really kind of are getting clear on how to move ahead, and moving ahead is like toward basically being yourself. But certain levels are kind of like burning you out. You kind of like feel, you maybe feel that putting this much energy to relationships or to these decisions, you see, this is obviously deciding between the two factors, but this can also mean sometimes kind of like really charging ahead where, you know, things are just like not going to be workable. So I think what karma is saying here is like that you really have to insist of standing your firm ground, because now you have this like King of Pentacles and then you have a Queen of Pentacles here. So it tells me it's a couple. You are really clear on who you want to be, who you want to be with, and this is to me a very strong indication that Some of you are going to maybe reconcile in a very positive way. Some of you will just walk away and build yourself into a little better you. And the others are going to just meet somebody new and kind of leave this past in the past and start rebuilding completely new together. So let me pull the Love Oracle card for advice. So I guess these 2 weeks, most signs have sort of like we are pressing a reset button. Some more abrupt, some less abrupt. Okay, so these 2 cards jump for you. One is let go of control issues, allow the situation to unfold naturally. And another one is very soon. There you go, that's what I was saying. Clearly decide what you want so it can come to you now. So yeah, it is kind of which direction are you taking. This is kind of that decision making process. And I know that it's maybe scary because maybe you feel like you don't have all these elements or that you'll ever have elements, but kind of focus on this possible 2 paths this time around. One is literally facing the things that happen, and it's kind of hard because they're painful, but facing it and reaching the closure and understanding this is what happened is important because it's going to ground you back. You see, on absolutely every level you're getting grounded. Like in here, in this possibility trajectory, you're getting grounded. Here you're getting grounded in building. Here building. Here realizing with certain things that were kind of like really going against you. And here you're kind of getting grounded. So it's actually really good, Taurus. You're getting the extra help with being in your birthday month. So yeah, I really want to see how it goes. So let me know in the comments, and for the private reading, feel free to contact me at www.cattarot.ca, and my email and all this other contact information is in the description. Thank you very much. All the best. Love you.